Hi, everybody. Sorry about that. I don't know what's going on. I don't want to know what's going on, but I had to shut everything down and restart it. So that's where that's at. We're here, and let me put my desk down a little bit so you can see even more of the mess. Actually, that's buy it now stuff in my from my whatnot show. So which, by the way, if you don't follow me on Whatnot, there's a link down below. If you do follow me on Whatnot, I will be having a sale tomorrow night at 5:30 Pacific, which is 7:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern, for those of you that don't do the time thing well. All right. We're going to continue on with learning about stuff about eBay, because I fear that let me pull up a chair and sit down here so that we can have thanks Cricket. I think for you guys to have to look at me the way I looked last week, 2 weeks in a row, is more than anybody should have to deal with. I'm feeling better and life is better. So here's the deal. The 6 of you, that would be Kathy, Doug, Marianne, Brett, Anna. How many is that, Kathy? Sherry. Let's see. Let me find somebody else to pick on. Ty, and it's definitely Doug and Glenn. The 6 of you that gave me a thumbs down last week, you need to go change that. Just saying. I'm just joking. Just kidding. Hi, Glenn. How are you, buddy? Doug's an hour early to make up for his previous tardiness and slight sauciness. Just kidding. Hiya, Ty. How you doing? And Sherry, she suckered me into taking her to some sales tomorrow. I found a good one. And Brett, aka my Ethel and my Shirley. So Laverne and Shirley and Ethel and Lucy. So when you hear me call her Ethel, that's why. Kathy, how you doing? Marianne, hi, how are you? Let's see. Cricket, hello. Kathleen, hello. Anna, how are you? Mary, did I get you? If not, hello again. And Michelle. Oh my goodness, I'm way behind. Kay, hello. We'll give you 2. You'll give me 2 tonight. All right, you can let me have it. I thought that was funny. I know I have not every there's always somebody out there to give you a thumbs down, which I really don't care. And I absolutely, to tell you the honest truth, I never look at that. But I was looking at analytics for everything today because I called Ben staring at the walls too long. Get some of your get some of those thingies out. Look through them. You're waiting for the special bells like a slot machine or something. That's hilarious. Is the good one over off of Powell? No, there's a whole bunch of good ones, actually, to tell you the honest truth. There's more. No, the good one that I found, I really don't. I don't have time to go to do a lot. I have a Whatnot show tomorrow, and I haven't gotten everything prepared for it. So guess who's going to be doing that after the show? So that's where that is. All right. So how many of you had problems? I know a ton, because I got messages on Facebook. I got messages on Instagram. I got comments last week thanking me. I really don't think I got any negative feedback except for the 6 thumbs down. But hey, you know, you can't make everybody happy. And if that's what you're planning on doing, might as well just go to bed. Because there's always somebody out there that's not happy. And it was probably because I was kind of rude. But this is my channel. And I can be rude if I want to. And if people don't like the fact that they're being told that they're not handling their business correctly because they don't know the rules, I'm all up for some more of those, because the only person that you're hurting is yourself. You were so disappointed. Hi, Jazz. You were so disappointed you thought I'd try again this week. I miss you guys. Trying to do CPR to my store. Okay. Hey, Jen, you snuck in, or did I not? Didn't Miss Jen? How you doing, girlfriend? Let's see. All right. So I have some links for you down in the description, but I want to talk about something else real quick. For those of you that don't know, there is a channel out there. It's FJ Treasures, excuse me. They have been around for a little while. It's a husband and wife, Janelle, and I don't know why I can't think of her husband's name. They have a little boy named Frankie. They're really nice people. And he got a wild hair to, if you know about this, raise your hand. He got a wild hair to do, his channel is linked below. Both videos are linked below because he put another one out today. He got a wild hair to order a bunch of bubble wrap from a bunch of different companies and measure it. Well, why not? We pay a lot of money for this stuff. Apparently, I've never watched Silence of the Lambs. Just kidding. Sorry. Oh, heavens. I'm going to need a tissue here pretty soon. I'm full of myself. So he ordered from Supply Hut. He ordered from American Bubble Boy, which is my favorite if I'm going to order. And shocker, none of them were on, but American Bubble Boy was the closest. He ordered from another, not only that, he ordered from Supply Hut's, I don't want to ruin this for you, but I think you guys should all go watch, especially watch the first one the whole way through, because they do an egg drop with their little boy Frankie, and basically they tear one square off of each place they bought them from, and they drop an egg, and they see how many layers does it take, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pop. Hey, Harry, did you sneak in here? You must have, because I see somebody saying hi to you. Anyway, and the little boy, they have him put his hand out and they measure down, and he's the one that's Frankie. He's the one that's doing the egg drop. And on the very first one, he goes, "Oh, I'm nervous." Made me laugh so hard. Because Dren does a lot of stuff with me. So part two is kind of heated, and it should well be. Also, I didn't link this down below, but Kevin, Commonwealth Picker, Commonwealth Flipper, Cash to Trash podcast, and then I think he's got one more show. He also did a video. It's hard to find if you don't know, but the title of it's fake. And the reason why it's hard to find about it is because he went to the 400 mile. He went to one of the big garage sales, and he had already pre-recorded, so he didn't change the thumbnail or anything. But if Jen, can you find that one too? I think it's Commonwealth Flipper. I think it's on his Flipper channel. But the title is there. The thumbnail is it's fake. But he talked the whole first 10, 15 minutes. He talks about this whole thing. And because if those of you that follow him know that his second shed has been sponsored heavily by Supply Hut. So he has removed all links. He has had conversations with Supply Hut, and that's where that's at. So needless to say, they've been screwing us for a long time. And I've never bought anything from Supply Hut, and I will never buy anything for Supply Hut. And for those of you who follow me and ask me all the time, why do I not have affiliate links in my thing for Whatnot and all these others? That's why. I'm not doing that. There's just absolute Commonwealth Picker. Yeah, he did some tape. Oh, toilet paper and paper towel. Yeah, huh? For sure. But the bubble wrap saga, I'll tell you what, he really gets into it. Like I said, it gets heated on the second one. He really gets into it. He goes on. For those of you that don't want to watch, I'm just going to spill the beans a little bit. After he orders more. Actually, he doesn't order them. He has somebody else order them for him because he thinks that, whatever, especially since Kevin already called Supply Hut and talked to them about it. So he ordered more, and there's that saga. But then he goes in. So Supply Hut has their own website, right? Plus they sell on eBay. Plus they sell, plus there's a couple of other eBay stores that buy from Supply Hut and then sell. So Supply Hut's all over the place. They also do boxes and stuff like that. And if you go read the comments, thank God you don't, right? The only boxes that I get from eBay with my free money. The rest of the stuff is free. My bubble wrap, I buy bubble wrap not very often, but when I do, I try to get it from American Bubble Boy because they do have pretty good deals and they are darn close. But that's where all that is. I would honestly suggest to you guys, if you're buying bubble wrap, buy the bigger bubbles. Takes less sheets. The 1-inch bubbles, right? So I get a lot of my, if you guys watched my video on my Bolo video that I put out a couple of days ago. So, or know somebody like Harry that works at a hospital, or make friends with somebody that works at a vet clinic, because vet clinics get tons of medication in boxes and bubble wrap. Hi, Sue. That's okay. We're talking about the bubble wrap saga, and there's links in the description to that. So, why can't I think of his name? It's Janelle, their little boy's name. I don't know why I can't think of his name. I'm sorry. It's me. I'm the problem. Why the bigger bubbles? If it takes you 4 sheets, if it takes you 4 feet of bubble wrap, which is what they did in their egg drop, and most of them were four 12 by 12 sheets, they tore them off and stacked them. If it takes you 4 12 by 12 sheets for an egg not to break, might as well just get the bigger bubble wrap and cut your losses right there. It's not that much more expensive. Hey, girls, one of my favorite peoples is going to be on Let's Do Lunch podcast tomorrow. Can you drop the link? Jen's Multiverse, one of my favorite people who I love. I've known her forever. She is going to be the special guest tomorrow, and she's almost as cool as me. I'm going to try to tune in, but either way, I will watch the show and comment. You run around the hospital when working gathering. Yep. Yay, Jen's Multiverse. And Jen has been on Whatnot for over a year. She had me come on her Whatnot for her 1-year anniversary, a couple months ago. So Jen's an amazing person. If you don't know who she is and you want to get introduced to her, go watch the Let's Do Lunch podcast tomorrow at think it's at 11 a.m. Pacific. There's the link in the description right there. And so you got Angie Resells, you've got Kristen, a rural squirrel, and you have Jen. That is going to be such a supercharged show tomorrow. I almost wish I'd been on it with you guys. Hey, let's talk about that. Anyway, so back to the bubble wrap. Supply Hut has many different venues that they sell their stuff on. So what he did was he went in to the link on for Supply Hut's eBay store only, and he looked to see how many of the item of the bubble wrap that he bought, how the specific item that he bought, and he looked to see how many of them had sold, and he did the math. He did the math all the way out, and it was so many thousand miles that people had been shorted, and when it all came out to the end, it was over $344,000 at the Supply Hut. He said, if, right, there's that if all of these rolls were shorted like they are. So this is a big thing, because if you're a reseller, and even if you're not a reseller, if you're somebody that has a business that is ordering these supplies, pay attention to your stuff. Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. And right now, things are getting really bad. There's a lot of stores getting ready to close. Macy's is going to be closing a bunch of stores. Burger King's going to be closing a bunch. McDonald's is going to be closing a bunch. Target is going to be closing a bunch. Home Depot is going to be closing a bunch. Walmart has already closed three of the big, huge stores here in Portland. They're getting ready to close the third one. Let's see. Hey, Silverhair Stacker. Todd, how you doing, buddy? Let's see. What else were they saying? Fossil is closing some. Banana Republic is closing a bunch. Give me a minute. I'll remember. Bed Bath and Beauty Works is going to be closing like 400 or 500 stores. All the stores and malls, I think, is what they said. So if you are ahead of the game on these things, and you know that these stores in your area are going to be closing, and you do retail arbitrage, well, I'm just helping you out right now. Okay. So I don't care if you watch the news or not, and I'm not talking about politics. Bed Bath & Beyond is closing too, Marie, but Bed Bath & Beyond and Bath & Body Works are two different things. Bed Bath & Beyond doesn't have mall stores. They have standalone stores. Bed Bath & Beyond is totally different. They're declaring bankruptcy, and they're probably going to be bought out. And if you guys want to buy some stock and make some money, I'm not a broker. I'm not a financial analyst. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an IRS person, and I'm not in the corrections department in any way, shape, or form. Hi, Jeremy. Might want to look into that Bed Bath & Beyond stock, because I think it's at like 8 cents a share right now. So that's all I can say. Can't give away all my thoughts. Anyway, so watch what you're doing for your supplies. There are lots of places that you can go to get them for free, like lots of them. If you live near a doctor's office and or you know somebody that works at one, or the hospital, or like I said, if you have somebody, hi Kat, that's we tried that when Kmart went bankrupt and lost your shirts. Well, you can't just go in and you got to do your research. Don't take my advice. I'm just passing on a few things that maybe some people don't pay attention to and some do. So, it is what it is, but there are a lot of big box stores. Like I said, Home Depot's not doing well. There's a lot of stores out there that are going under and are closing locations. So that's all I can tell you. Pay attention to that. Pay attention to where you're getting your supplies that you ship with, and go watch their videos. Tell them I sent you. Tell them Lonnie sent you. Tell them, hey, go subscribe to them. Show them some support. They spend a lot of money to do this. They bought all of this stuff themselves. They bought from Amazon too, and he said he wasn't even going to attempt to try to return any of that because trying to return something on Amazon is beyond crazy. All right, so where are we at? We're 20 minutes in. So those of you that are here, great. Hi, I've said my highs. Anybody that comes in from here on out, if I see you and it doesn't throw me off, I will absolutely say hi. I will try to answer questions. I'll try not to have to hide my phone. I should probably just just wrap it up in this towel here. I don't know what it is about this time of the night. So Jennifer inherits your death pile. Well, that's really nice of you. Do you have a lot of jewelry in your death pile? Because you know that's what she loves. Are the two Aussie thrifters? Love those guys. Well, it's one guy and one gal. Dragon Value Home. Hey, how you doing? Are you still up in Seattle? I love getting invited to snoop around out back of shops and get to digging, right? Okay, so last week we took a deep dive into what was going on with eBay's no longer global shipping, but now eBay's international shipping. And so I am going to tell you guys something right now. If you think that I am anal because I don't want to call their program global shipping anymore, then that's fine, because it's not global shipping anymore. And why is it not global shipping anymore? Because they completely changed companies that they're using to do their international shipping. So they have changed the name of their international shipping program from the global shipping program to eBay International Shipping, which is the EIS. I'm telling you this because I've gotten some feedback from some other people that do videos that are angry. They're angry at eBay. They're angry at everybody. They're angry at somebody telling them that they sell cheap items. As in, when I say cheap, I'm not saying cheap as in like crappy items, just inexpensive items. Well, a lot of us do that. And so if that bothers you and somebody says your store's like a garage sale, well, then who cares? So we are going to go over some policies. We're going to go over the eBay user agreement. We are going to talk about business policies and how to set them up and why I personally use them and I recommend them. Do I think they should be forced on you? No, but there's a lot of people that don't do a lot of things because they don't know how. They've never been shown. Change is hard. Change is different. Lots of times change makes things much, much easier on us. Ackers, Darlene, I got it wrong last time. You took my advice from last week, did what you told me to do with returns and international shipping. I had the best week ever. Yay! I've heard that from a lot of people. So that doesn't mean it's going to fix everything, you guys. You still have to list, still have to source, you still have to do all of that. Some people will have great success. Some people will still be slow. It just depends on what you sell, what you sold. You sold badminton rackets for $70 today. Woohoo! You go. All right, Todd. Somebody's going to beat their kids with them. Just kidding. It's all right, Beth. Beth, I need you to send me your address. I have some socks to send you. I really, really do. I need you to send me your address. Message me. What the heck? Message me your address on Instagram or Facebook, would you please? Hi, Vintage Huntress. Oh, heavens to Betsy. Callie Dibs. So one of my friends who is not in the chat right now, so I'm not going to call her out, who was also having all these same issues, started having more issues. She got everything fixed, and then for some reason, she got opted back in, and she called me the next day, and she goes, I'm opted back in. So she opted herself back out, but in the meanwhile, she'd had enough changeover in her thing that she had all of these shipping policies, because when your only complaint is that eBay has two programs initial to EIS now, eBay International Shipping and eBay International Standard Delivery. Well, that would be the EISD. Let's be technical here, Jeremy. So she opted back out again, and then she went back in, and she was still having problems. But I worked with her this morning, and we looked. Was it this morning or yesterday? I can't remember. eBay International Standard P. It's the it's International Standard Shipping Program. It's not. It's the eBay International Shipping, EIS. The eBay International Standard Delivery is what those of us will use that use Pirate Ship or some other program, which used to be International Standard Delivery, which they took away. That's why I don't have international shipping right now, because I cut that off for a little while until they clean up a lot of stuff. I am in a group for the month. That's what all these noises are that you're hearing. We're doing a listing challenge. So if you want to know about that, hit us up go watch my stories on Instagram. Excuse me. This might be a long show too. I'm going to have to, I'm just going to shut my phone off, because I literally cannot handle this. Power off. That's where that is. Hope nobody wants to get a hold of me for the next 2 hours, because you won't be able to, because I can't take that. I can't do 25 things at once. So let's talk about everything I'm going to talk about. I have links in the description. All right, you guys. So that's where that is. Oops, that's not right. They changed this a while back ago to this one. All right. First, I'm going to go in here and we're going to talk about a few changes that we made. I'm going to tell you exactly what we're going to talk about tonight, which you know, because I said Seller Hub, right? This is your Seller Hub right here. If you do not know how to if you do not have it set up so that when you go into eBay, it opens right up to your Seller Hub, then you can go right over here to My eBay, this drop-down menu, and you can go down to Selling, and it'll bring you right here to Seller Hub. And then what I did was I bookmarked it, well, it would be editing it now, but I bookmarked it And it's my very first one in my bookmarks at the top of my thing, and I just click into it like that. So that's one way. But how many of you, hi Barbara, and hi Sandra, how many of you pay any attention to your seller level right here? How many of you guys pay attention to this, guys and gals? It's just going to be guys. That's for everybody. It's but look, this was last Friday. This was Thursday. I fixed everything on Thursday. Friday. Saturday was a big nothing. I hadn't ran a sale or anything. Sunday, $389. Monday, $88.39. Tuesday, $800. Yesterday, nothing. My sale went off, and today I'm at $54.56. So yes, my sales have gone up. You still have a level, must be important. Well, there you go. You do. You do. I'm going to say that's a yes. No. Yes. Sue does. Todd, I'm pretty sure you do. Is BCP hiding out? Okay. All right. We're going to talk about that. So my friend that is not here yet, but she will show up sooner or later, she had some really big problems. And then let me go out of this for a second. She said to me, I'm below average. And I said, what? And she goes, yeah, I'm not top rated anymore. I'm below average. So those of you that don't know, and I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad, because I know that there are a lot of people that have been selling for a long time that don't know about this. So this is why I'm doing this show. I have been asked a zillion times to do this show. I have done shows where I have gone through this, but they're not titled specifically for this. So it's hard to find. So I am doing this for you, because if you don't know this or you don't understand how it works, you can really harm yourself by not paying attention to these things. And it is your business. And are there places in the eBay forums and stuff like this where you can get help with this kind of stuff? There are, but a lot of them, the threads are old, they're outdated. Even if you Google it, they could be from a year or so ago. So this is from June 1st, 2023, Seller Hub and policies and procedures that are as of now, to include a little bit about, I talked about this last week, that the USPS, the United States Postal Service, will be changing first class and ground. Wow, I almost said priority mail. On the 1st of July. First class and ground will be basically considered the same thing, but there's a lot of pluses, and I really can't see any minuses. Prices will come down. There's a couple of areas where they may stay the same. There's a couple of areas that may only be a few pennies, but the big thing on all of this is everything will have $100 worth of insurance on it. That's major, you guys, because right now you can't put insurance on ground. You can't even buy it. You can't buy it through pirate ship. You can't get it through, I don't think you can get it through eBay. I've never tried on eBay, but you cannot get insurance on ground shipping through, and you can get it on first class. But if I want insurance on first class, I'm just going to use I'm just going to use a flat rate envelope. Most of the time it's something that fits in that, right? Okay. So my friend who was having all these issues with her store, we finally got that figured out. They had started her back up, and she ended up forgetting to go into, after she opted out and she came back to fix everything, she didn't get her return policy fixed first. So if you are still having problems with this and you got opted in to the new eBay International Shipping, which everybody did, whether you wanted to or not, unless you read your email and you hit that little link that took you to opt out. I'm not sure about. Is it on Media Mail too? I think it is. I don't know. But you're going to answer that in a minute. I haven't spent a lot of time researching it, but I think it is on Media Mail too, Jeremy. So if there's anybody that needs a quick run through how to opt out of the eBay International Shipping Program, the new one that replaced the old global shipping. If you were not opted into global shipping because you chose to not use it, you're opted in to the new one unless you read your email and opted yourself out. Okay, so let me know when we get into my seller hub. There she is. Hey, Chrissy. Wow. How you doing, girlfriend? So anyway, my friend, who shall remain nameless unless they choose to identify themselves, found out that they had become below average seller. So your seller level makes a huge difference, not just in fees, but we're going to get to that. All right. So the first thing that we are going to do, let me share my screen because I shut my phone off so nobody's going to be able to get a hold of me. First thing we're going to do is talk about the eBay customer service user agreement. I do not care what platform you sell on. If you're just selling on Poshmark, then you better have read all of this stuff that Poshmark puts out. If you just sell on Mercari, it is your responsibility to know all the rules from Mercari, Whatnot, Citizen, Grailed, Depop, Amazon, any of those. Before any of us go off half-cocked about anything, we need to read these because there's nothing that is more frustrating to me than when I listen to somebody and they talk about, hi, Susan, I don't know when eBay started charging fees on shipping, but that's the 12th fee that they've added. Yes, there's channels out there like that. Then they've been selling for longer than me. I'm almost at 14 years. And that's scary to me that there's people that have been out there selling for that long and they have a channel and they're telling people how and they don't know why or when, and they're going to continue doing all these other things. So putting off going out to feed, it's, oh no, wow. The weather is so much different just on the other side of the mountains. Chrissy is in Burns, Oregon, so she's about a 6-hour drive from me, but it's really just on the other side of the mountain. All right, so this user agreement is effective upon acceptance for new users and from October 28th, 2022 for existing users. The previous amendment to this user agreement was effective for all users on March 11th, 2022. So as of October 28th, 2022, these are the rules for the sandbox called eBay. Ship cover on eBay is way more expensive than the insurance on Pirate Ship. Just saying that right there. Hi, Annette. If you guys, I cannot save you any money if you don't listen to me. You can import all your stuff. Talked about that last week. You guys will have to go back and check that one out. Pirateship.com. It is free. It's free. Not only is it free, if you have a problem with something breaking, they take care of all of it for you. You don't have to deal with the post office. They tell you what they need. You give it to them. They file all the claims, and they put the money back in your account. Boom, boom, boom. for free. Did I say that? Free. I'm being a smart butt. Okay. Introduction. And I mean, I'm not going to go through all of this stuff for you guys, but I wanted you to know where this is. Legal, they have the introduction. At each one of these, how many are there? 19 spots, has a little paragraph, has more links, has all about eBay. What is eBay? It's a marketplace that allows users to offer, sell, and buy goods and services in various geographic locations using a variety of pricing formats. eBay is not a party to contracts for sale between third-party sellers and buyers, nor is eBay a traditional auctioneer. Any guidance eBay provides as part of our service, such as pricing, shipping, listing, and sourcing, is solely informational, and you may decide to follow it or not. We may help facilitate the resolution of disputes between buyers and sellers through various programs. Unless otherwise expressly provided, eBay has no control over and does not guarantee the existence, quality, safety, or legality of items advertised, the truth or accuracy of users' content or listings, the ability of sellers to sell items, the ability of buyers to pay for items, or that a buyer or seller will actually complete a transaction or return an item. In connection with using or accessing our services, you agree to comply with this user agreement to play in their sandbox. Our policies, our terms, and all applicable laws, rules, and regulations, and you will not, 1, breach or circumvent any laws, regulations, third-party rights, or our systems, services, policies, or determinations of your account status. Use our services if you are not able to form legally binding contracts. For example, if you are under 18 years old or are temporary or indefinitely suspended from using our services, or are a person with whom transactions are prohibited under economic or trade sanctions. Fail to pay for items purchased by you unless you have a valid reason as set out in an eBay policy, for example, where the seller has materially changed the item's description after you bid. See the unpaid item policy. I will let you guys go check that one out. Hi, Beth. Fail to deliver items sold by you unless you have a valid reason as set out in their policy. Manipulate the price of any item or interfere with any other user's listings. That means don't go bid on something for your friend to get the price up. That's not okay. Take any action that may undermine the feedback or rating system. Transfer your eBay account, including feedback and user ID, to another party without their consent. You can sell your eBay store, but you have to go through eBay, and there's a legal way to do it. And I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but you have to do it through eBay. Okay. Transfer your eBay. Okay. I read that one. I'm going to read this section because I think there's a lot of stuff in here that a lot of people don't know about. Share your login credentials with any third party. They have right here, if you require that authorized third parties, employees, agents, etc., have access to your account, we offer a multi-user account access program for that purpose. Now, you guys saw me log into my son's account last week. I have his permission, and he has given eBay my permission to help to be on his store. So if you have somebody, your husband, your wife, your aunt, your mom, your grandchild that is on your store with them. You'll sell your eBay store to anyone for $250, your best offer. Oh, otherwise, if you have employees that are helping you, this multi-user account access right here is a way for them to be able to get into the back end of your store and do stuff, but not make any changes to anything. That's what you need to be using when you hire somebody to help you with your account. Nobody wants all your stuff, Todd, I guess. Create listings, post or upload content in inappropriate categories or areas on our sites. Post false, inaccurate, misleading, deceptive, defamatory, or libel. Try this one more time. Libellous content. I think that's right. Distributor post spam, unsolicited or bulk electronic communications, chain letters, or pyramid schemes. Distribute viruses. Use any robot, spider, scraper, data mining tools, data gathering and extraction tools, or other automated means to access our services for any purpose except with the prior express permission of eBay. Circumvent any technical measures used to provide our services. Interfere with the functioning of our services, such as by imposing an unreasonable or disproportionately large load on our infrastructure. Not quite sure where they're going with that one. Export or re-export any eBay application or tool except in compliance with the export control laws and rules and policies of any relevant jurisdictions. Infringe the copyright, trademark, patent, publicly moral database, and or other intellectual property rights collectively, intellectual property rights that belong to or are licensed to eBay. Some but not all actions may constitute infringement, and reproducing, performing, displaying, distributing, copying, reverse engineering, decompiling, or disassembling, or preparing derivative works from the content that belongs to eBay or someone else. Infringing on intellectual property rights that belong to third parties affected by your use of our service or post content that doesn't belong to you. That, in my opinion, has to do with using anybody that is in the Vero list, using somebody else's photos. And when I say somebody else's photos, if you go on to Chanel and steal their photos, or I can't think the proper words, somebody will put it in the thing, that kind of stuff. Commercialize any eBay application or information, data, or software. How many of you guys knew about any of this? How many of you guys have read this? Harvest or otherwise collect or use information about users without their consent. Sellers must meet eBay's minimum performance standards. We are going to talk about that. Failure to meet these standards may result in eBay charging sellers additional fees and or limiting, restricting, suspending, or downgrading your seller account. And when this happens, it can take most of us smaller sellers a year to get out of this. It will take you a year. I talked to eBay twice today, eBay concierge twice today. Anyway, policy enforcement, fees and taxes. This is a good one. We're going to go into this because everybody thinks that eBay's pulling all these shenanigans on their fees and taxes, and they just add this in. And they add that in. I wouldn't admit that in public, Marianne, personally. I'm not trying to be mean or call you out or anything. But if you don't know your rights on a platform you're selling, and you fall into a Facebook group or this or that, whining about something that you should know because you signed the agreement, me, anybody else, it makes us look, trying to find a good word, because I've been there before too. If I didn't read the whole This is my favorite analogy to use. If you're asked to sign an aid, help me somebody, AD, it's for a job. I know it's a joke, but there's people out there that think it for real. What's Chrissy, help me. NDA. Thank you, Jeremy. If you're asked to sign an NDA for a job, let's say, let's just the storage unit where I work, they just changed all of their rules. They're going through some problems. Not the storage unit where I work, the storage unit where I have my items. They've had some problems with the alphabet group, not the CIA one. And they don't want their employees to be able to ever say anything to anyone about it, because they've created this broad NDA, and any of the new employees that are coming in, they're making them sign it. Yeah, I think that's a good thing. And they're not making the current employees sign it because they've my oldest son, who's in the movie type industry, the second one, ATF, HBO, who's in the entertainment industry, is all about the NDAs, because if you're in Hollywood and you're doing movies and stuff like that, it's a big thing. So he got hired on there to work part-time, and he worked there for 2 days because they brought this NDA in. That he goes, Mom, he goes, it's so broad, it wouldn't hold up in court, the NDA that they have. So they're having a really hard time finding anybody to work there because nobody wants to sign this. That's so true, Todd, because nobody wants to sign this NDA. So read these things, you guys. They make an important effect on your life when you sign on that dotted line. Read these things, know your stuff, or talk to somebody who does know their stuff if it's more than you can handle. A lot of this stuff is way more than anybody can handle, but just ask somebody to, or refer them to this video. Now it's going to be out there. So all the fees and taxes, this is selling fees. That was my next thing. So we're going to come back to this listing conditions. It talks about all of that, all purchase conditions, international buying and selling and translations, content, notice for claims of intellectual property, holds and restricted funds, authorization to contact you, recording calls. That means when eBay calls you or you call them. Additional terms, returns and cancellations for sellers, for buyers, payment services, that would be with their managed payments. And it tells you everything you need there. Disclaimer of warranties, limitation of liability. This is something everybody should know. All that stuff. Release, indemnity. You will indemnify and hold us, including our affiliates and subsidiaries, as well as our and their respective officers. This probably has something to do with them harassing eBay. Ecom. eBites. Ina and David Steiner. Employees harmless from any claim or demand, including reasonable legal fees, because pretty much all of those guys went to jail except for Nunig, and he should have been the first one. Legal disputes, applicable law, agreement to arbitrate, all this stuff. So all this stuff, you cannot say you don't know this because you signed that you did. So someday when you're bored, I don't know, was this article helpful for you? Previous user agreement. So you can go in here and it'll tell you. But somewhere in here, I was trying to remember which one it was. It's under listings. No, it's not that one. Somewhere in here, returns and cancellations, privacy, message, content. Somewhere in here. I was trying to find, because I was talking to somebody about it. There, somewhere in one of these, and it may well be in, see right here, all this international buying, selling, and translation. I also want to say something. The gal that I talked to today was e-commerce bites, yeah, was amazing. And we talked for almost 45 minutes today. I had some issues that I called to get taken care of. And then I asked her a couple of questions because I told her I was doing this video tonight and that I wanted to know for sure if what I thought, what I had up here was correct. And it was, which was good. So, here it might be in this one. Listing conditions. When listing an item for sale on our services, you agree to comply with eBay's listing policies and selling practices policies, and also agree that your listing may not be immediately searchable by keyword or category for several hours or up to 24 hours in some circumstances. eBay can't guarantee exact listing duration. Your fixed price listings may renew automatically every calendar month based on the listing terms. Somewhere in here, in the small print, it literally says that they do not have to. I'm looking while I'm talking. That they do not have to show your listings. Looking to see exactly. If somebody sees it, tell me. For items listed, you will not sell. Promptly remove all listings. It's in there somewhere. All right, but what I really wanted to go to, and I really want to talk to you guys about, is selling fees. Where was that? It doesn't matter. I have it right here. There are insertion fees, store selling fees, fees for selling a vehicle. And we charge two main types of selling fees: an insertion fee when you create a listing, and a final value fee when your item sells. Now, sounding like Courtney. She says now a lot. I you know how when people say like I don't know, there's got to be something that I say a lot of, but that's the one that she says that it's her attention getter. I'm not picking on her. If you go down here to promotional offers, back on Seller Hub, right? You know, you can customize Seller Hub. So some people will customize it because they go into their Seller Hub and show you things, but they don't want to share this with you. I don't care. I want you guys to see what I do and that I'm a real person and that I'm not caring. So you can go up here to this button right here and you can customize your Seller Hub to make it be however you want it to be. Every time I've done it, can't read any of that, too small on your phone. You can customize it so that this doesn't show your sales and traffic and feedback and all this stuff. But down here under promotional offers, it will tell you special offer, 50% off ad rates, create a promoted listing advance. Don't do it. I'm just reading this. You count your ums. I don't even think about it anymore, but you know, it's what it is. And get 50% off ad fees. That means if you tell them that they can spend 20, they're only gonna charge you for 10, and it'll be gone in the blink of an eye. Anyway, what I'm trying to get at is premium store subscription, which is 10,000 fixed price listings. That's what I have personally right now. Pay no insertion fees for 10,000 listings starting June 1st, 2023 at 12 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, and it ends July 1st, 2023. I will pay no insertion fees for this period because they're running a promotion on it. And I have already used, today's the 1st, I have already used 47 of them. All right. Additional fixed price fee insertions in select categories. Additional fixed price insertion fees in select categories start June 1st and end, and list auction style for free up to 500 in select categories. So all you have to do is click on that little link right there, and it's going to tell you about insertion fees and what's going on for right now, right? We're going to talk about all this, but I want you guys to pay attention to that specific, to this promotional offers thing. And then there's more down here. 50% off promoted listings, advanced beta. We don't need to see that. Let's just ignore that. Sometimes, hi Crystal. Sometimes they will offer, if you list in the vintage categories or a collectible category, then you will not get an insertion fee. So pay attention to these down here, because that can help on your fees, right? If you have a money pile, a death pile, or something like that, and you want to run a bunch of auctions in collectible and fashion categories, now's the time to do it. List auction style free up to 500 in select categories, and the categories that they're offering from the 1st of June through the 1st of July are in collectible and fashion categories. So if you guys are unaware of this, and for those of you that aren't, I hope this makes a difference. So you can go look at your money pile, your death pile, your whatever you call it, and you can go, oh, I have a bunch of stuff that fits into both of these categories. And you can run some auctions on those and save yourself that 30 cent, 35 cent, whatever it is that they're giving you for that fee. Does that make sense to you guys? That's one way to save on your fees. Collectibles, media, and video games, not consoles, are all in that 10,000 listing bucket. If I can put something in a collectibles category, that's where it goes. Just telling you guys that right now. So pay attention to that. Sports cards is another big one for that category. Yes. Yes. And media, by the way, you guys, that media is ephemera. Media is books and music, right? There's a lot of people that sell a lot of that kind of stuff. So anything that you can put, that you can get into those collectible categories, you're saving yourself the insertion fee. Every month, you get up to 250 zero insertion fees listings or more if you have an eBay store. Learn more about how zero insertion fees listings works. So for my premium store, I have 10,000 zero insertion fees that I can do. And that if you're doing and sell similar, that 10,000 counts to that. So I use at least 6,000 of those a month, because almost every day I end and sell similar 200. I'm try to do a third of my store every day. Does that make sense? Cassettes, VHS records, movies, etc. After you've used your zero insertion fee allowance, insertion fees are non-refundable if your item doesn't sell, charged per listing and per category. So if you list your item in 2 categories, which don't do it, you'll pay an extra insertion fee for the second category too. Charged for the original listing and each time you choose to relist your item. So if you have one of the I thought it was gonna tell me the levels of the stores, not in this listing. Seller account. All right, never mind. If you, depending on your eBay store and the level that you have so many insertion fees every month. Like I can do 10,000 listings. I used to have an anchor store because by the time I relisted and did pay extra insertion fees, the cost of the anchor store was right at what I would have paid. And what's nice, choose click a store subscription. Where's it at? Click a store, choose a store, store selling fees. Was it down? Is it in this one, Jeremy? Here. We'll just do it this way. All the different, here we go. You have a starter store for $4.95 a month. You get 250 free auction listings or fixed price listings. And anytime you go over that 250, you're going to get charged 30 cents. So you want to do the math and see how many 30-cent insertion fees is it going to cost you to get up to here to where it makes sense. To go to $21.95 or from $21.95 to $59.95. Or I used to have an anchor store. This is cheaper than what anchor stores used to be. And then you have the enterprise store. So this one, they really need to have one in between the basic and the premium to go from 1,000 to 10,000. That's my personal opinion, and a lot of people have asked for that. So the starter store gets you that with no annual subscription. The basic store, you get 1,000 free fixed price insertion fees, 250 a month auctions that you can do. The premium store for $59.99 a month. Plus, I don't think it does it for this one. No, it doesn't. In the basic store, you'll get $21.95, $22 every 3 months, every quarter for shipping supplies. So basically, you're getting this back every 3 months. You're getting this back. Same thing for the premium store. You get 10,000 a month free fix, 10-cent insertion fee. If you go over that, 500 free auctions. In the anchor store, it's 25,000, blah, blah, blah. And then the same thing, you get the, you get $60 worth of, or maybe it's only 50. You're supposed to get what you pay for your store every 3 months. Marketing tools and support, perks and boosts for your profits. Compare the rates. Have you checked your final value fees? Anyway, so that's I personally would never probably do this one if I was. That's just me personally, but this is a good way to start because you're not really getting anything. You already can do 250 listings without having a store and not getting charged anything. You have a starter store and you're paying $7.95, no credit for boxes. I would just go to the basic store, Marianne. You're really not getting, you really don't. You get a storefront, but that's just my personal opinion. I mean, you know what your finances are. You know what you're doing. No credit for boxes. I mean, even getting $22 every three months, there you're getting something back, if you want to look at it like that. So those are the store levels that they offer right now. Let's go out of there. All right. Store selling fees. So we did this. Every month you get up to 250. This, I think they're basing this. You might be basing this off of my store. I'm not sure. One of the other ones that I pulled up was after you've used your zero insertion fee allowance, insertion fees are as stated below. Charged per listing. If you create duplicate auction style listings for identical items, it's almost impossible to do that. You can't create a duplicate listing. You can create a duplicate listing and then put a 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, and then it'll be duplicate. But the only time you really ever want to do that is say you have, almost done listing this. Say you have these 2 golf balls and this one of these is missing a ball out of it. So maybe you want to sell them separately. And then you can do the title, 3 balls and 2 balls, and that's going to change your listing, even though everything else will be the same. Free eBay shipping supplies reset at the end of June. That is correct. If you forget, now's a good time. Thank you, Jeremy. There you go. If that works for you, then that's great. I like whatever works for you guys. Don't ever let me or somebody else make you feel like you've made a bad decision, because nobody knows where you are in life and what's going on with you, right? So please keep that in mind, that I don't think that anybody has made a bad decision. You've made the decision that works for you with the information you have. And if anything that I have to say or can point out helps you make a different decision that is even better for you, then that makes me happy. So let's look at this. Charged only once per listing for listings with multiple items. Read more about this. So if I have 10 of these and I choose not to list them as 10, I choose to list them as I have quantity 10. That means every time somebody buys one, it goes to quantity 9, quantity 8, quantity 7. That's what they're talking about here. Listings with listings with multiple items and listings with issues, with issues, with variations. Which, if you guys don't know how to do a variation listing, Scott, my buddy Scott, the Cha-Ching King, has an amazing video on how to do variation listings, because they can make you want to pull your teeth out. All right. Good till canceled listings, which is what I do. These listings count towards your monthly zero insertion fee listings. Fee amounts are based on the terms. Final value fees. We charge a one final value fee when your item sells. And you don't have to worry about third-party payment processing, because now they have their, and that is Noel's thing. What can I say? You don't have to worry, because they have managed payments, right? They no longer own PayPal. They sold PayPal, and it took them almost 3 years to process everybody. Your link didn't work, Jeremy, for the eBay free supplies. But I can show you a quick way to get into there from the Seller Hub. From Seller Hub, you can go right here to your door. You can go, maybe I can show you a quick way. It should have been right there. Manage my store. Subscriber discounts. And it's right here. Your eBay shipping supplies. If that helps any. Hi, Don. How are you doing? Thanks for the coffee. And Kat, feeling thrifty. If you're still in here, thank you also for, she bought me some coffees last week as well. And I appreciate that greatly, you guys. So that's how you can find that subscriber discount. That's the fastest way for me to find it. There are other ways, but that's just how I've always done it. So we want to go back here. All right. Fine. So you're going to have that 30 cents per order. Every time somebody buys something, you're going to get charged 30 cents. It's basically the same thing that PayPal did for a processing fee. PayPal charges you 30 cents. Most of the places charge you 30 cents. It's a processing fee. The total amount of the sale includes the item price, any handling charges. If you want to put a shipping and handling charge on in your business policy, I have a $2.50 shipping handling charge on anything over a pound because it helps me to pay for my boxes, my tape, and that kind of stuff. It's just in there. I put it in there. The shipping service buyer, okay, so includes the item price, the handling charges, the shipping service, and that the buyer selects, sales tax, and any other applicable fees. If you offer 1 day or international shipping, as well as a cheaper or free option like domestic shipping, the total amount of the sale is calculated based on the cheapest domestic option you offer. If you only offer 1 day or international shipping, but no cheaper option like domestic shipping, the total amount of the sale is calculated based on the service the buyer chooses. So the fee that they charge when you have a sale is your item, your one-time final value fee, any shipping, any taxes, and anything. That whole fee that they charge, promoted listings, all of it is all charged on that one thing. You're getting charged a fee on your shipping. And why are we getting charged a fee on our shipping? Because people like to list stuff for $1.99 and charge $400 shipping because eBay didn't used to charge a fee on the shipping. So people are always going to find some way to skirt around that. And now we all have to pay the price for the smart butts that decided to do that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, Dawn, if you don't have a store level, then you won't get the free shipping supply thing. So is that clear as mud to you guys on the fees? Because if not, you can go down in here and then there's different fees right here. They're going to tell you final value fee percent plus 30 per order. Category, most categories including trading cards, collectible cards, and eBay Motors, parts and accessories, automotive tools, supplies, safety and security, accessories for vehicles, get charged 13.25% on your total amount of the sale up to $7,500 calculated per item, 2.35% on the portion of the sale over 75. So basically in these categories, you're getting charged 13.25% on the whole shebang, the sale, the tax, the shipping, and then they add 30 cents to that. They're telling you right here what your fee is going to be. If you choose to run promoted listings at 5%, then they're going to take another 5%. Okay? That's your choice to give them that as an ad rate. That's not them taking something from you. They're very, very, very clear on what you can and can't, on what their fees are. And it's right here in black and white. So anybody that you watch that tells you, I don't know what their fees are, they pull them out of their ass. And yes, I'm saying that, is an ass for saying that because they don't know what they're talking about. That was kind of harsh, but that's how I'm really tired of watching people who have been selling for years giving misinformation to people. It is not okay. If you don't know what you're talking about and you can't show somebody what you're talking about, then be quiet. I hope you're watching. Probably not. Books and magazines, books and TV, except movie NFTs. Music, except vinyl records and music NFTs category. You're going to get charged 14.95% plus your 30-cent per order. Coins, paper, and money, bullion, 13.25. I don't know why they don't have that up here. Plus your 30%. Clothing, shoes, and accessories. Look at that. That's the highest category. 15% up to $2,000. Anything over that $2,000, you're going to get $9,000 for. If the total amount of the sale is over $2,000, then that say you sold $3,500. $2,000 is going to get charged 15%. $1,500 is going to get charged 9%. They're giving you a little bit of a break if you sell a higher item. Jewelry, 15%. Jewelry and watches, watch parts. These are the categories. Except watches, parts, and accessories. Except watches. I don't know why it says jewelry and watches because that's the main category. That's why. Jewelry and watches, except watches, parts, and accessories, 15%. And then they do the 9 plus your 30 cents. Art, 5% on the total amount of the sale. Where should you guys be selling stuff? Art is select collectibles categories. Non-sports trading cards, NFTs, movies and TV, movie NFTs, music, sports memorabilia cards. Most of these are NFTs, toys and hobbies, collectible card, 5% on the total amount, plus your 30 cents. Select business and industrial categories, heavy equipment parts, printing and graphic arts, restaurant and food service, 3%. Musical instruments and gear, 6.35 plus your 30 cents. And then select clothing, shoes, and accessories. Men and men's shoes, athletic shoes, women's and women's shoes. Only the athletic shoes. Free, what is that for? That's for your 35% listing. I don't even know why I'm looking at that. 8% of the total amount of the sale is $150 or more, then 30 cents. Then the 30 cents per order is not charged. So you won't get that plus 30 cents. And then if the total amount of your sale is less than 150, you're going to get 13.25%. And insertions for classified ads are $9.95 for a 30-day listing. There are no final value fees. You can use the classified ad format in the following category. How many of you guys knew that you could put a classified ad? So maybe you're having a big auction, or maybe you have a company that does these prefabricated buildings. You can run a classified ad for that for $10 for 30 days. Every 30 days, you're going to pay more $10. Real estate listings. You can put a real estate listing on there. If you sell about $1,100 a month, the store pays for itself. Yep. Who is NP? I'm missing. Who's NP? Anyway, and then commercial, residential, and other real estate. So there's lots of different things, but for us to not know, or for us to hear somebody quote a percentage, you can't just say, oh, I average about 13.25%. Oh, no problem. Sorry, NP. I gotcha. Because you may sell in this category, books and magazines, and you may have a 14.9%, or you may sell in clothing, shoes, and women's stuff, and you pay 15%. On top of that, if you are not paying attention to your seller performance, you can really get screwed by yourself. And not to say that there may be things in there that aren't correct, that may have gotten put in there wrong. But if you aren't paying attention to it, you have a 30-day window to fix most of it. And after that, if it's not fixable, you're stuck with whatever they leave you for a year. Will be on there. And if it drops your seller rating from top rated to above standard to below to, I can't remember what the different ones. I'm at top rated. This is what they're telling me. This purple box is telling me what my seller standard is right now. And for those of you that aren't aware of this, on the 20th of every month, eBay goes through and they look at all of your metrics. And I'm going to pull those up for you here in a minute, because this is so important. And I have had so many people in the last couple of years ask me about this, that I was shocked that they didn't know. And then I'm realizing, well, nobody really ever walks anybody through this stuff. So let's go back here to my seller hub. Let's go down here, seller level. I am top rated. If they evaluated me today, I would be top rated. You need to look at this every day, even if you're just looking at this. Transaction defect rate, I'm at 0.24%. Well, what the heck is that? Late shipment rate, I'm at 0.48%. Tracking uploaded on time and validated, I'm at 95.87%. That sounds really good, doesn't it? Hey, boatman, it's not. Cases closed without seller resolution, 0.12%. They used to send an email out every month. I don't think they do it anymore because I haven't seen it for a while. And I open up all my emails that told you where they probably do, because not only they would rate you how you're doing. It may just be in the that may be up here under your performance now. Service metrics is probably where it is. They rated you and everybody else that was in the same categories as you. And if you could get extra charges by having too many returns and stuff like that. And so, all right. So we want to click on this because there's more to this than just what you're seeing. And if you aren't paying attention to this and going in and opening this up at least once a day, you need to scroll down and look at these numbers. You need to have an idea where you are. I open this one up almost every day. For a long time, I was 0, and I mean, I was proud of it. I worked hard to get where I was. So you can click on top rated is what I'm at, current seller level, top rated, and then it's going to open up all of these things for what's going on right now. But transaction, if we evaluated you today, I would be top rated. They just evaluated everybody on the 20th of May. They will evaluate us again on the 20th of June, 20th of July. Everybody gets evaluated then. So what is a transaction defect rate? I have 2 of 847 transactions. Well, I really only have 1 because one of them will be removed. They're working on it right now. It takes about 10 days to get off of here. So 2 of 847 transactions have, and you want to come down here because you're still not getting the full picture. Basically, this is you had a return and you ignored it and eBay had to step in and take care of it. You're working tonight? This one right here. So if you cancel an order because you're out of stock or you lost an item or something else happened and you just go in and you cancel an order and you haven't contacted the buyer and let them know that you're having an issue with this item, it's no longer available. Don't just go in and cancel an order. Please, never just go in and cancel an order. If you can catch it fast enough and you can go on eBay and find somebody else that has the same exact thing, then you can buy it and send them to them. I've done that twice because I broke something. This little Lennox kitty cat here isn't adorable. They don't make there aren't very many of them out there, and I don't know if it's because the people that have them will not give them up or they didn't make a lot of them, but I listed this for $59.99. The lady bought it for $41.99. It wasn't listed that long. As a matter of fact, I bought this actually when we went to Salem for the junk hunt. I listed it on April 22nd. I don't know when she bought it. Shortly after I listed it. It was in its original packaging. It was in the styrofoam that was made for it in a box, and it got sent in another box, and this ear broke. Don't ask me how. She sent me pictures. I mean, it was a clean break and everything. Anyway, I told her that she wanted to keep it, but she wanted me to in the beginning, we had a very nice conversation, and ending up with, she didn't want to send it back to me. She wanted to keep it and she would be happy to repair it. Could I give her $10 back? Absolutely. Even with the $10 back, I still sold it for more than, and I told her, I said, I will refund you all your money and pay for the shipping back because it broke, because I said, but I have to have it back because that's how, I think that I did not ship this one through Pirate Ship. So I had to have it back so that I could. Anyway, she decided that through the emails that she didn't want to send it back to me. She wanted to keep it and fix it herself. So this was all through eBay messaging, gave her a $10 refund. But prior to that, I had asked her to open up a return. I could not shut the return, close the return. It wasn't letting me. I called eBay. They were supposed to fix it. Needless to say, here it is. Well, it didn't get fixed, so it's on here. You only have April 24th, May 24th. They're going to fix this. This one right here, your transaction defect report, you have 90 days to come in here and get this fixed if there's something wrong on it. After 90 days, only on the transaction defect report, only on. Hi, Faith. Only on the transaction defect rate do you have the 90 days. If you don't come in here and get these fixed within 90 days, it stays on for a year. Do you see this one, December 5th, 2022? I listed this item and it was supposed to be listed for $250 and it got listed for $25. And before the ink was wet on the bottom of the paper, somebody bought it. And I was like, wow, I should have listed that for more. The listing's gone, obviously. And then I saw what happened. And I messaged the lady and I said, I'm really sorry, but that got listed for the wrong price and I'm going to have to cancel the order. And she messaged me back. She was really nice. She goes, I kind of thought so. And I did not choose customer requested because she did not choose it. I'm wearing this. This was my fault. So this is going to stay on here until December 5th. It'll actually stay on here till December 20th when they go in and do the update. This is going to be on here for a year. This one's going away. They've already got it. I've already gotten the email telling me that it's going away. So I dealt with that today. All right, let's go back. That's your transaction defect rate. And they base that on how many problems, how many returns or cancellations. Are you listening to me on that? Returns or cancellations. You don't want to cancel an order unless you can use customer requested or there was an issue with the address. Do not cancel an order. If you get in a situation where you have a problem and you can get a hold of me on Instagram or Facebook, I will do my best to help you. But don't cancel an order because you go into the cancellation and it says you broke, the item was broken, you're out of it, you can't find it. Don't do that. There's other ways to get out of it, because if you have too many of these on here, you're going to lose. You're going to lose your, you're going to go below standard and you will be there for a year. And I know it because it happened to my son's account. That's okay, Donna. All right. Once you get below average, you will be there for a year. When you become below average, you cannot run sales. You cannot do promoted listings. What you can do is list like crazy and try to sell more things to get your percentage up. That's the only thing that you can do. This percentage rate, the percentage of, you need to have this, your transactions and your sales, the return rate, all this stuff. You need to list like crazy and sell stuff to get out of that, because they're basically shuttering your store. And they're not so much so shuttering your store as in you're not considered as important as somebody else that's at the next level above you. So do everything that you can do to keep this. I think it's below stand. Okay, here it is. Can you guys see this? Below standard is more than 2.00%. So I'm at 0.24%, which I don't like that number, but that's a great number. Above standard and then top rated, you have to have 0.50% or less. So I'm at 0.24% with only 2 items. One of them is going to go away. It'll change to 0.12%. Yeah. This one transaction I canceled for the case they closed without seller resolution. That'll go away. Every one of these adds 0.12% to mine. So this will go away here in a few days, and my transaction defect rate will go to 0.12%. And hopefully I won't have any more problems. But you guys, if you aren't paying attention to this, You don't have to sell $200 items. Not everybody sells $200 items. Everybody sells different items, Beth. You sell what you can source and what you know, and that at what you know, what you can get and what you can afford and what you like to do. That doesn't, here I'm looking at your name and you're over here. That doesn't mean, and don't compare yourself to anybody else. Compare yourself to you, right? The big guys that are selling thousands and thousands and thousands, they can get out of this. They don't even look at this stuff. It doesn't even matter to them, right? And I talked to this gal for quite a while today. I already knew the answers to my questions, but I wanted to make sure 100% before I talked to you guys tonight that what I had in my head was exactly what it was, because I don't want to give anybody misinformation. That I don't want to be that person for you guys. All right. Late shipment rate. This one will get you. Now, this one will get you. Don't anybody tell Courtney I said that. So, she can get me because she'll listen to this later on 2 times speed. Oh, heavens. Late shipment rate. Transaction defect. Late shipment rate. 4 out of 839 transactions. Oh, I wonder if they already fixed that. No, that's tracking upload on time. So, transaction period from June 1st, 2022 to May 31st, 2023. I had 0.48%, which right here, it's telling me that's 4 of the 839 transactions that I had were, the tracking indicates late delivery. When you go in here, you can click on this. This little gal right here was late, and she is being removed. This is being removed also because the lady bought it. She paid for it and then sent me a message and asked me if I could hold it for a week and a half because she was leaving. She had left on vacation and nobody would be there to pick it up. Well, so I kept it for her, and I knew that I could contact eBay and that they would do this, but this has been more of a problem than it was anything. And next time somebody asks me this, so I've only ever done this once. If anybody ever does that and asks you to hold the item for them and they've paid for it, you need to message them back and let them know that A, you'll either cancel it and refund their money, or B, they need to put a hold on their mail at their post office because due to eBay's policies, you have to ship that within a certain amount of time or you will be held accountable for a late shipment, if that makes sense. You might be below standard and can run sales, but that could be for a different reason, okay? If you are below standard because of the transaction defect rates, that's something different. There's several different ways to get yourself below standard. So they put in the paperwork, and this one will be coming off of my this right here, and that will change. All of these, your late shipment reports, see this one from September 20th, 2022. These items right here, your late shipment report, anything that is in this area right here stays on for a year, 1 whole year. It does not come off. And you have 30 days to go and fight this. So if you have, and one of the guys today with concierge, and the lady looked it up and looked at his notes, he told me, I probably shouldn't talk about this till we get to the next section. He wanted me to contact the United States Postal Service and have them send me I laughed when he told me this. Send me an email stating as to why these were marked late. And I said, if you think that the United States Postal Service cares about me and my 8 shipments, you got bigger problems than I do. Good night, Jeremy. Anyway, so she told me that he had given me false information, and I said I was aware of that. So this is your late shipment report. You need to look at this every day, because if something gets messed up in here and it's not your fault, and there are accidents, we're all human, it's a computer. A lot of this stuff is done by computer, and some of these time frames, eBay themselves is on Pacific time. So if you have something that you are 3 hours ahead or 2 hours ahead or behind or whatever, and it changes this time in the computer and you get a late shipment report, they will fix that for you, but they'll only fix it if you call them and ask them. That's your responsibility to do that. So this little spot right here, your late shipment report, you need to pay attention to this, because if there's a typhoon, an earthquake, a tornado, who knows, whatever, some natural disaster, something happens, the post office shuts down, and they put it on their website, right? Lots of times also when you, what did I do with my seller hub? Lots of times down here in your seller hub, it'll have selling announcements, and it'll say, like right here, UPS ground rates changing, summer seller check-in, meet a seller, seller protections, last chance to apply for a $10,000 grant package. Anybody needs money, they will have all kinds of seller announcements. And sometimes in these seller announcements, they will have, there was a tornado in such and such counties in Oklahoma, and if you had problems with shipping, you need to contact us and we'll help you take care of it. All right. Just know that I did it again. Just know that if you look down here, they will have a link to help you out and fix that. And these selling announcements, don't ignore these. Okay. All right, let's go back. Your late shipment report. So these do not come off for a year, and you have 30 days to get them fixed. You need to pay attention to these. I strongly suggest that you pay attention to these. Okay, you guys? All right. Next is, we talked about cases closed without seller resolution. We talked about transaction. Did we talk about this one? No, because this is almost the same as this. Anything under cases closed without seller resolution is going to come up here to your transaction defect rate. You really, really, really need, I don't know how many times I'm going to say this and stress this. You need to look at this every day, because every day there's an opportunity for a computer program to glitch, for a server to glitch, for there to be an error. And if you aren't looking to catch the errors, it could be majorly detrimental to your business for up to a year. And if this is one of your major sources of income, it can really hurt. So, oops. See cases. This would be this little adorable, which it was. I know you guys know I don't like cats, but this is cute because it doesn't shed hair. That's why I don't like cats. I'm mostly allergic to them. this little thing, which they're working on, and I can tell you that oh, I don't want that. I want right here is the gal I talked to today. This is dated today, June 1st. Thank you so much for reaching out. And I was able to get the defect removed from this case, and it can take up anywhere from 10 business days. So I'm not just pulling your guys' chains and telling you that this is going away. I know for a fact it's going away. Watch this, because this area, your transaction defect report, goes boop, doop, 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 right here. This right here is going to be your worst public enemy number one if you lose this. If you lose this and you go to, what were the different? Nope. Where was it? Transaction defect, right? Right here. If you lose top rated and you go to above standard, you're still good to go. You can run sales. You can do promoted listings. Your fees are going to go up. If you lose top rated and you go here, you're in jail for 365 days. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Your fees go up. You can't run sales. You can't run promoted listings. The last thing to pay attention to, and basically I will tell you this, the same thing that she told me, which I already knew, these will stay on for 30 days, depending on how many items you sell. And, okay, so for me, they will come off in 30 days. When I wrote this down, 3 months, look back, depends on number of items sold. For some people, if you don't sell 400 items for some people, it's 1 year. It's less if you sell 400 items. So I sell more than 400 items, like right down somewhere here. It showed, we'll go back there in a minute. We'll go right now. Right here, I'm over the 400 items. Where the heck is that? One of them it showed here. Right here, 847 transactions. So if you don't ever get above 400, then it's going to take you a year for these items to come off. It's going to take you a year for these items to come off your report. If you sell more than 400 items, these will come off in 3 months. And it's not just, well, these are going to come off March 31st. No, they're not. This March 31st one will come off from March to March 31st, April 31st, May 31st, June 31st. They won't come off till June 20th, till July 20th, because that's when this is after the 20th of the month when they come in and redo all your store stuff, right? March 1st to May 31st is what that's where my issues are. So this one, April 2nd, these all got uploaded late. Basically, somewhere, somehow, they're looking at them. She put in an appeal request, because you can tell I opened these up when I was talking to her. You can go in here and you can view order details. And then you can go right down here and you can track your package, and it'll go right here and it'll say tracking number was provided. That's when you purchased that label on your computer and printed it out at 1:27 a.m. I have never done shipping that late in my life. So, and every single one of these items, let's see, every single one of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, every single one of these items is like 122, 124. I shipped these all the same. This was a weekend, April 2nd and April 1st. Date and time. It's even telling date and time right here. So that's, I don't know if that's the date and time they were bought, because these don't make any, whatever. These for me will come off in 3 months. So any of these, April 2nd, all of these ones will come off April to May, May to June. These won't come off till, these will come off in 3 months because of the date. They fell before the 20th. So these will all go away on June 20th. And this one will too. Right? April 1st, May 1st, June 1st, July, excuse me. These will all disappear in July. But what I have to pay attention to, and she said not to freak out about it, because she said I could have 200 on here and it will not affect my seller rating. I don't want anybody to think that for 1 minute. I'm telling you to ignore this. But she said of all the stuff in here, the last thing to really worry about is tracking uploaded on time. This will not, for some reason, she said this will not affect your seller rating. I don't know, because it does tell you that if you, right here, you could lose your top rated seller status if you don't meet this requirement. Top rated is 95% or more. So I choose to not listen to her, and I choose to listen to what it says right here, because it's in black and white, right? We're reading it. That's the best way. That's the best way to go with it. I understand where she was coming from and telling me that. But late shipment rate is 1 year. Transaction defect is 1 year. So this one right here, tracking uploaded on time and validated, is 3 months. It's going to take 3 months, and anything that's in here will get removed. If you can catch this in 30 days or less and get a hold of them, and there something really went wrong, file an appeal, or there was something going on with the post office, they will remove this. But you have to catch it. During the COVID, they had a lot of this. There was a lot of late transaction rates, and they literally told everybody that they would not count these against, but they came in. But you still had to call them or message them to get them removed, because it was just what was set up in the system. But they had put out messages to everybody that they would remove this stuff. You just had, we had to be proactive and get a hold of them and have it removed. But you still only have a certain amount of time, because after that certain amount of time, the computer locks them out. eBay's servers and systems lock them out, and they absolutely cannot get in there and fix it, even if it's their fault, which is what has happened to my friend, because she was not aware of this whole area here, seller, this whole area. And this is like the fourth person I've known that didn't know about this, that lost their top rated and are now below average. And it sucks, and it breaks my heart to see this happen to people. She was 2 days late calling them to get it fixed. So please, 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 you guys, I cannot plead with you enough to pay attention to your seller level, and all of these little categories down in here, pay attention to them. Look at your seller hub daily. Don't look at all of this stuff on here and go, hey, that's pretty cool. Well, I don't know what that means. Traffic, listing impressions, selling tools, shortcuts, eBay shipping supplies. Doesn't really take you there. Orders, shipments, show more, unsold and not relisted, all of this stuff. What about marketing? What about your store newsletter, social, performance, payments, research? That's Terapeak. Reports. You want reports that they send you emails for every month. Every month they send you a report. Here's all of your sales. Here's all of your you guys, if you don't do this already in your life because you are in a profession where you use email and stuff like this, or you've gotten away from it, go into your email and make folders. Cancellations, customer service, from eBay, payments, returns, chargebacks, shipping, statements, taxes, bureaus. Do I have any bureaus? Nope. And you can sort those things out and put them in here so that you're not going like this. Oh, I have 52 pages of offers and stuff like that. I don't. So there are certain things that make folders in your email and keep track of, keep yourself organized, or don't, right? This is just my suggestion to you guys to help you out to be a little more organized and do whatever. Okay, did I talk about everything? Seller performance overview. We did that. Okay. All right. I do have one more thing. Business policies. I did get some pushback from a lot of people last week that don't use business policies, don't know where they are, probably don't use them because they are scared to death of them because they have no clue what they do. But I will tell you from the bottom of my heart, if you have more than 200 listings, you should be using business policies. They will make your life easier, especially when eBay comes in and does updates to categories, item specifics, and shipping, and all kinds of stuff. So I'm just going to leave this with you here. This is a great, it's in the link is in the description, but you can just Google eBay but business policies and this will come up. It walks you through how to create them, how to update them, and all of that. And if I had thoroughly read the email that they sent when they did, hi Busy Girl, when they did the had to resub your channel. They do that. That's a known thing. That's not a purposeful thing. When they sent the email out about changing over the global shipping and enrolling everybody into the eBay international shipping, it literally says, I wonder if I can pull that email up again. I don't think it literally says in there, and I was talking, wow. Should have saved this. Okay. I guess I need to share my screen. On April 28th, 2023, Everybody got this message. There's actually several of them that came out. There's another one that came out. Over the next few weeks, you'll be automatically enrolled into eBay International Shipping, a new program designed to make the process of international selling and shipping more convenient and cost effective. eBay International Shipping retains the elements of eBay Global Shipping Program and eBay International Standard Delivery and provides these additional features. They will handle returns if a buyer wishes a return on an item, which they did that before, I believe. No international selling fees. There are no international selling fees on items sent through the eBay International Shipping Program, which could be VAT taxes and stuff like that. I know, don't jinx me. Once enrolled, your new listing will automatically default. Your new listings, this is something that I read through this too fast. Once enrolled, your new listings will automatically default to eBay International Shipping, and any existing global shipping program listings will be automatically updated. If you have existing listings with eBay International Standard Delivery, which is what I used, or USPS International as shipping options, you will need to manually update those to receive the benefits offered through the new eBay International Shipping Program. Not just that. We have developed a step-by-step guides for this manual update process for single, bulk, and my eBay listings. So when I say, it says, if you have existing listings with eBay International Standard Delivery or USPS International Shipping as options, it says here, and I repeat, you will need to manually update those to receive the benefits. Not just that, we needed to go in and update those if we got opted in and we opted out, because they went in and changed all of our policies like we were going to be doing. Hi, Craig. How are you? Like we were going to be doing international standard policies, but anybody that had business policies that wasn't in the global shipping, this is what messed everything up. So I'm glad I figured it out. I'm glad I was able to share it with you guys, and I hope it helped. If I'm not talking about that right now, those of you good, you just laid it. So if you need help with that, go back to last week's show and go to about 50 minutes in. I think that's about where I really get into showing you guys how to fix all of that, right? So it's made a huge difference in a lot of people's stores starting to have major sales again. Just fixing the shipping. If you don't use business policies and you're choosing every time, I would love to see somebody's store. I already know what it looks like. If you open up your shipping business policy, I bet you have hundreds of pages of policies, because let's do that. As a matter of fact, let's go. Okay, if you don't know how to get to your business policies, let's do that again. Why is this not? I want out of here. If you don't know how to get to business policies, there's many, many ways to get to them. The fastest way for me to show you is go up here to your name, your store name, come to account settings, and then come down here to shipping, or to business policies, selling, business policies. I have policies that I have set up. I did not use the global shipping program. I will not use the eBay International shipping program. I will go in and add USPS International, and then I will have flat rates. I probably do it next week. Needless to say, I have one page Look at, you could have over 200 pages. I have one page, which means it's less than 25 items of shipping policies, not to mention my return policy and my managed payments, which is eBay payments, immediate pay. Those two, everybody has somewhere. If you are doing this every listing because you don't have policies and you open up your business policies, I bet you have hundreds of pages for everything you ever listed. Yeah, it is, Craig, but a lot of people don't know that. So it's just easier. And a lot of people don't use business policies, so they don't even know where to go to open them up. Is there any way to get the policies that you deleted that had 0 out of my drop-down menu? Yeah, you got to come here. I'm not going to delete these because I use these every once in a while. Come in here to your business policies, Beth. Come down here. Make sure there's a 0. Okay? Because it may have 1 after it. If you come over here in that policy that you think you deleted is still here with a number on it, then you need to find out. You need to find what's in it. If it says 0 right here, then you come in here and you delete that policy, and it'll take it. It could take it an hour. It could take 10 minutes. It could take whatever. Does that make sense, Beth? And yeah, you can go into your, just what Craig is saying. You can go into your listings. So you can go into your listings. You can go into active, whatever. Right over here is business policies. You can go and let's go into this. I just listed these. You can go down here. Oh, the best way to do it is through a draft. I don't know what I'm thinking. What the heck? I was gonna say, I don't. If you're doing a draft, I'm just going to open this up. You can do it on a revise this listing too. So say you come down here and you go to choose your shipping policy, and say you deleted this one, but it's still there. You can go right here, view shipping policy, edit shipping policy, and create a shipping policy. You can do that right from here. I choose to not do that right from here because sometimes it gets screwed up, but you can view. So I can view this shipping policy, and it's going to tell me its calculated cost varies by buyer location. I offer 3 different choices to the buyers: FedEx, UPS, USPS. I combine all of shipping discounts. I applied a calculated shipping rule. I have a 1 business day handling time. I add $2.50 on for shipping and handling. I am not offering international, and I don't have any locations excluded right now. So that's what that policy is. But I can also go in here and, oh, that one, and I can go edit policy, review shipping policy. I can create a new one. So say I have makeup or something that I know can't go. There's stuff you can't sell Levi's internationally. So rather than rather than making a policy every time I want to list a pair of Levi's, because then I would have pages. I just have this no USPS, no international shipping for knives, because you can't ship knives either. But somewhere in here, there's a there's a international shipping over no international shipping over 1 pound, not allowed. And I also have a first class one, because you cannot sell they're still in your drop down menu. Did you remove did you go into your returns? Did you go in here and remove international shipping from here? And and just check it. Just at least go in there and check it. That's the only reason that I can think of that they're still there. Because if there's one of these major ones, returns and payment, that still have a international on it, then it's going to mess with all of your it's going to mess with all of your listings. So, and also, if you have an item that you've sent out a offer on, if you have, let's go back in here. Not quite done yet, are we? If you have an offer to watchers, you go here to your active listings, and it's going to tell you send offers eligible, send offers sent. If you are going to mess with your business policies, you need to come in here and end these. End them. They'll go into your unsolds, and then mess with your business policies, and then sell similar on these, because everything that's in here, depending on whatever policy it's on, if you mess with the business policy that one of those is listed under, it's going to make a copy in your business policies. It's just these little things that you have to, that nobody ever really tells you that can mess with things. And it's not a big deal to have a copy of those, but when you open your business policy and you have 5 copies, sometimes there'll be nothing in it, right? Because maybe one of these offers that you sent, maybe they sold and they were in that copy, so you can delete it. But when you go into your business policies and you see, I guess I have it open right here. Say, I don't think I have any copies, because I've gotten smart to that one. Say I had USPS Priority Mail padded flat rate envelope and it said copy. It would probably be down here. It might be up here, but it's going to be somewhere. If I come on to this page and I see 2 down here, there's problems. and that's a quick one for me to pick up on. So if you have a copy of something, you definitely need to look under here, and you definitely need to open this up and see what active listing is underneath there. And more than likely you need to end it, or at least go in and edit the shipping policy. So if I had 6, I could take all of these right here. Let's just view these. Let's say this was a copy. All 6 of these are in the same shipping. They have the same shipping profile. Every single one of these have the same shipping profile. And it was a copy, because I sent out offers and then I messed with that same shipping profile. So I can go in here to actions, and I can click all of these, and I can go up here to edit, and I can edit selected, because maybe I didn't click one of it, or I can edit all 6 listings. It's going to take me right here, and I want to do this, and I want to click all of them, because they should all have the same profile. For those of you that don't know how to do this, for some of you, you're like, da, 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 da. You guys just have to bear with because people need to learn how to do this. You go to bulk edit, and everything that you can change in a listing is in here. Here are my shipping, pricing, delivery, shipping policy, business policies I have set up. Shipping policy, payment policy, return policy. I can go to change to, and then it's going to give me whatever it was, whatever I want to choose for. I can't even remember what these were on. Or I can go no change, and I can hit cancel, and I can go out of here because I'm not going to change anything. Cancel edits, discard changes. The changes you made to the listings will be discarded after you exit. So those of you that, oh, wow, I'm almost to 3,000 listings. Every time I think I'm getting there, it changes. That's a lot of stuff. That's that's 2.5 hours of classroom time on Seller Hub. And we didn't even touch marketing, editing your store, performance, research. There's a lot of people that do talk about performance and your metrics and stuff like that. I'm not really as concerned about you guys knowing about that stuff as I am about you knowing about your seller level and looking at that every day. Every day, look at that. Look at that spot. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself, because eBay will help you, but you have a 30-day window. And if you don't know that you're supposed to be, how to watch that and how to take care of it, and if you don't know you have that 30-day window, and if you didn't know that you could fix, I just buy now. I'm happy I have 100%. Woohoo! So, you know, that to me, that's a huge thing. I didn't know about a lot of that for a long time. I don't even know. It might have been when Dawn the auction. It's been a long time since I've known about it, and I have talked about it many times, and people have asked me many, many times to do videos on it. I have talked about it in other videos, but I've never literally titled a video that I was going to talk about this stuff. So this will be easy for you to come back and find, I hope, or anybody else you can send to if they need some help. There it is. All right. Any questions before I go? Now's your chance. I appreciate every single one of you. I more than you'll know. And pretty soon I'll be doing a giveaway because I turned my phone off. I'm gonna have to turn that back on here pretty soon. Because you guys, I am, what am I? 4,883 subscribers. I'm almost to 5,000 subscribers, and I have some goodies right there from eBay. I have a $20 eBay gift card that they gave me. I have that beautiful water bottle, which I have one very similar to it that I love. There's an eBay stocking cap. What do they call that? A beanie. And some other stuff. So does my question have to be related to Doug, you behave yourself. Thanks, Craig. So, you know, maybe I should do some clickbait topics and stuff like that. No, you will never see those from me. I will do funny topics. I will do fun. I've been putting out a few more static videos. I am going to start doing what sold videos. My friend Courtney, Bolo Buddies, thank you, Todd, has been, I don't want to use the word nag. She's bye, Glenn. Have a great rest of your week. She's been, well, she probably has been nagging me because I don't listen to her. And so I deserve to be nagged, but I don't want anybody to think that she is a nag. She has been telling me for a long time that I need to do what sold videos and that will change everything. And I used to do them. So I do. I need to get back to my what sold videos because like I'm going to do one. I actually printed up the paperwork here. I'll tell you, I'll give you guys all a little kicker. I sold $1,271.35 worth of items this weekend. 6 items. You see that? $2 right there for a 14 karat gold bracelet. I spent $2 on it. I sold it for $659.26. You're doing okay with poker tonight? All right, you guys. So, does everybody sell the same stuff? No. Do not compare what you sell to what I sell. Do not compare your sourcing abilities due to what you have in your area to source as to what I have and I source, or to what I know and can source as compared to what you can source. Compare yourself to nobody but yourself, and you will get better and you will find more things and you will learn. I had a squirrel eating some of my strawberries this morning. I about wanted to go out and do something nasty to it. All right, you guys, have a great weekend. If you get to make it to some sales or oh, by the way, when I was talking about stores that were closing down, the Goodwill is closing down stores. Yes, they are. Check that one out on the news. Have a great weekend. I love you. I'll see you next week, and keep your eyes open because I'm probably going to put a video out from Dren and I going to the Goodwill bins. Oh, yeah. All right. Bye, guys.